Men are facing an existential crisis, and before you react and say something stupid like, oh, poor men, this affects everyone, male and female. Now, for some context, I coach both men and women, and I can no longer ignore what I am seeing in my male clients, as it's something which plays an integral part of the struggles and imbalances of both my male and female clients. Now, this isn't about men being better or worse than women. Both sexes need to wake up and realise that we both complement one another enormously if we just let the defences down and embrace each other. So what is this crisis exactly? Well, I believe it's the reason that men are committing suicide at 3 times the rate of women. It's also the reason that homes around the Western world are increasingly breaking down. It's the reason that male role models are all but non-existent in many of our major cities. And that's because men have completely lost their identity. They no longer know who they are, but more concerning and more worrying is they no longer know who they are supposed to be. While I don't want this to become a post about hating either sex, it's now seen as sexist just to hold a door open for a woman. It's seen as demeaning to offer any type of chivalrous help toward the other sex. And many men, myself included, became so confused by our roles that we went so far the other way in order to try and celebrate and uplift and boost our wives and partners. And even this is seen as deeply undesirable, something which I completely agree with, by the way. So deep in our core, men are providers, protectors, problem solvers. But all of these traits have become heavily demonised in the last couple of decades. So we've overcorrected, and believe me, this is just as unattractive. So I think we need to get back to celebrating the strengths of both sexes. And while it's very much every individual's choice as to how they want to live their lives, personally, I think that we have to make men feel okay with just being men. So while I'll never stop coaching both men and women, after all, we do have the same nervous system, I have been putting a lot of work into a new platform which is due to launch very soon, specifically targeting the male population. So if you're a man that is struggling in any way, or if you know a man in your life that may need some help, guidance, etc., DM me now for more information. You really don't want to miss this one. So let's just stop competing with one another just for the sake of it, and try and get back to boosting each other for the good of the entire population. We need strong men, we need strong women, we need them both in equal measures. The suicide numbers alone should be enough to convince us that there's a real problem. But I believe it's time to stop talking about it, because people mention this stuff all the time, but actually doing something about it too. Peace.